how will VR shape the world when it comes to fitness? So the way it works is we're going to go around the couches, and each person is going to have their say. And then Ali, my beautiful co-host, will be giving you the megaphones. And you can share your answers, thoughts, and ideas, or you can pass. So pop onto the couch and you can pass, even if you are on the couch. So, Ali, who are we starting with today?
Yes.
Tony.
Tony, hi and welcome. Just giving you a
Hi,
microphone.
thank you. Yeah, I think I've been trying some VR fitness things. I don't find it as accessible as I would like it to be with, the cumbersome headset and stuff like that. But I think, as always, things get sleeker, smaller, better. And I think VR or fitness in VR is gonna be more accessible when you don't have, to sweat in a confined space as a VR headset. The future is the next second, so to speak. So who knows what comes up next?
Awesome. Thank you, Tony.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Let's head over to Dylan.
Well, I think it's interesting that we talk about this topic because right now there's a huge chain of there's a fitness company from Sweden, and they're asking for bailout from the government because during the summer people couldn't work out in gyms, but instead they all went to parks. Now, it's -10 up here, so now they can't go to parks. So a lot of people are doing it on Zoom, and I think it's the same thing as with education. Once people figure out what VR is, that will replace Zoom. And there's something called Fitness XR that a lot of my friends use. So you can do running and they can teach you sit-ups, and also there's a lot of good stuff for yoga and Tai Chi. I haven't tried it myself because even if it's -30, I'm always outdoors here.
Okay.
Right.
Thank you.
And VR will be so much more interesting and fun compared to Zoom. That's 2D. Seriously, I mean, 3 dimensions is always much better. So yeah.
Well, it's just
Thank you,
like
Dylan.
education. People want to feel that they're paying for the and interacting, and that's the closest thing. So it's a lot like the universities. People are angry and saying, I want my money back.
Yeah, can't blame him. In these times, I mean. But anyway, yeah, thank you. Paul.
Right, hang on. Oh gosh. Am I live?
You're
Yes, we
live,
can hear you.
Paul.
Okay, I'm alive, yeah. When I use Beat Saber and Fit XR, it's not comparable to the 240 actual physical steps I take up a staircase each day. But what I do think is possible is coaching, fitness coaching, personal coaching with regard to fitness on virtual reality. Your own personal coach. Techniques you can learn to improve your fitness.
Right. Thank you.
That reminds me of back when I was younger, when it came to fitness. Do you remember something called Buns of Steel, Ali?
Yeah, I do. Gosh.
Oh yeah.
You remember
Many
Buns
That's a
of
waste
Steel?
of time.
So that was the closest to VR that we had, because we had those. What was her name? Her name was Tammy Lee, and then there was that guy. Who's that funny guy? He was short.
no.
He had the long hair, the perms. Someone's got to remind me. I'm gonna put on a raise hand participation. And what happened is they would take us to like different places, in VR. Not VR. Sorry. Do you know what I'm talking about, Ali? It was like the background would be the Swiss Alps, and then the next time it would be like by France. It would be by the sea. It would be in the greenery, and that was the closest thing. And people would like feel like they were there. And now obviously we have our headsets, which makes you immerse in the experience. So it shows that people have been adapting to fitness and technology for quite a while now. All right.
They had like different scenes in the background. Greg Smithy?
Yes.
No.
Oh no, his name was, what was his name? He had the curly hair.
Creator.
Yeah, he had the curly hair. All right, let's head over to the next person, and that is Vanessa.
Sorry, 1 second.
You know, I can't allow hand participation for some reason.
Vanessa.
They've taken it away. Vanessa, hello.
Hi.
Hi. Hi. I just got in here, so I'm not really sure what we're talking about.
Basically, this is an event discussion where we choose a topic and then we ask a question, then we go around, we listen to everybody's thoughts and answers and ideas, and you can also pass. And today's topic is, how will virtual reality shape the world when it comes to fitness?
Okay.
Any experiences that you've had with fitness and VR?
Very little. I just got my Oculus Quest a month ago. So I played Beat Saber, and I definitely feel like it doesn't hurt to squat anymore. So that's cool. And like I almost do it effortlessly. So
That's awesome.
I definitely think there's, yeah. And no, it really is. And I didn't even realize it was happening until it was just, it felt easy.
I've always wondered, when you do cardio with your arms instead of your legs, like what the difference is in terms of, like, do you become leaner by using your arms more? Because it's a whole body workout when you're doing Beat Saber, for example.
It can be. It could, if you make it that way. You can do Beat Saber by just moving your arms around. But if you really want to get into it and move those legs, you'll feel it.
Yeah, I see the guys do the spins, the jumps, the kicks. They do everything. But I guess it's for the views on TikTok, because that's how I watch Beat Saber. Thank you very much. Thank you so much, Vanessa.
Thank you.
Let's head over to Vagari.
Hello.
Hi.
Hi. Welcome.
Just real quick before I start, I can't really hear Ali. Is that just a me thing, or is something?
You can't hear me?
You sound very quiet for some reason in my headset. But
is that better?
Oh, that's better.
Okay,
yeah.
Sorry, I fixed my mic. Okay, sorry about that. Thank you for letting me know. I appreciate it.
No worries. So I think like a lot of people have made pretty much the same points that I would want to make. I think that VR for fitness, it's like another level of gamifying everything, because everyone wants to gamify things, whether it's learning or fitness, things like that. So we've already sort of touched on that with Beat Saber. And I think and I agree with a guy over there earlier who was saying, it will be a lot better when you remove the discomfort of sweating in a headset.
Yeah,
yes,
I've never actually thought of that. That's a really good point. Yeah, almost like you have a fan. You have a fan inside your own headset to take away the.
It's bad enough sweating without a headset. Imagine with one. Gosh.
Yeah. I mean, it's not the sweating so much. It's more the cleanup of the headset, I think.
And also,
and then having to wear it the next time.
And also, when you're sweating inside, it creates a blurriness. It clouds your vision as well.
Yeah, so that's where I think the fan's inside, but then we might dry our eyeballs out. So.
Yeah, we got to think of all these things. Thanks a lot, Vagari. Pleasure being here. Let's go to Ultra Funky Claves. Hello.
Ultra Funky. Hi. Hello.
Oh, hi.
Hi.
Hi. We can hear you.
Perfect. I'm doing the dark side. When you have the headset very, very close to you and you have it in your home, you have to commit, to go somewhere to do your training. And if you have the headset, you're like, it's just a couple of, it's just 1 meter away, I can do it later. I have time later. I can do it in an hour. I can do it, and you move it. So I'm not sure that having the fitness in the VR is going to shape it to something better. So that's the commitment thing, like you just push it. The other thing is that you're confined, and that means that you cannot do all the movements you want to do, and you can hurt yourself doing it in the room or where you're going to do it. And that's one thing. And the last thing I'm thinking of is like this. When you go somewhere and you do some sport, you do that outside and you do it in the sun. So that means that you will get the training, but you will get other things that makes your body work as it should. If you stay inside with no sun, no nothing, and do the thing, your fitness training with the VR, maybe you're gonna have some deficiency sickness, So I'm not really sure that that's the way to go in that case. This is what I'm thinking, like the problems that we can get in the long run. So that's my take on it. Thank you.
I want to
Dark
mention,
side for the light side.
No, I think it's important to mention, but anybody who finds excuses to not do the gym and to do the fitness or cardio means that they have not integrated it into their life. So they have bigger problems other than knowing that there is a VR headset that they can do gym. They need to find a way to create their motivation and turn that motivation into a habit, turn that habit into a lifestyle, and turn that lifestyle into something that you just integrate without thinking. Because it's actually a human aspect, the gym's too far away, and then when it's 5 minutes away, it's raining, or you've been 3 times. And if you're struggling to get to gym, you've got bigger problems than having it available to you, Let's go to, before we go to Ali, we have new people in the room. Hello, new people in the room. You can join us on the couch, and you don't need to speak if you don't want to. But let's head over to one of Darren. Darren's here. So Darren, how will VR shape the world when it comes to fitness?
How will it fade? Okay, I think it's going to take over, in my opinion. I think it's going to take over to where, apparently, it's to where people will start to use the VR for fitness. At least that's how I see the commercials for Oculus. And the new thing they're adding on to Oculus Quest is to some type of fitness tracking they already have, if they haven't set it up yet. And that seems like the way everybody's going to be going, as opposed to going outside in the sun, which would be nice, would be better. But in circumstances where the COVID is preventing people from going outside their house for too long and possibly catching something like that, right now, for temporarily, it's a good idea to do some type of workout. And having this workout within the Quest, even though I don't have a Quest, I have the Rift CV1, allows you to still work out a little bit more than not working out at all. You could probably go outside with a mask on, but now you're wearing a mask to kind of stop your breathing. Wouldn't be as easy to breathe. But then, whatever, however people do it. Apparently, I think having that introduced into the Oculus Quest, the tracking seems to be, in my opinion, again, a way to get people to try VR and get into and make it fun to work out, because you can do things like Beat Saber and other games like that you're not really thinking about working out, but you're doing it as a side step or side effect, and it's fun, and at the same time you're working out. So that's my opinion. That's
awesome. Thanks, Darren. Awesome thoughts. Ali, should we go to you?
Yeah, we can. Darren stole my light there, but I was going to say that as well. I think VR will change things with making a workout more fun and also integrating a workout in the sense of it more being a game then, and it could actually be a little bit more motivating as well. Also, you can, I was thinking something along the lines of having an integrated hologram where the hologram can be your personal trainer or somebody can be on the other side of VR and like a personal trainer training you personally every day instead of you having to go to the gym, and then can be more cost effective as well. And I also like Darren's ideas of the sensors inside, like where it can, with your heart rate and how many steps you do and your calories burnt, that would be really, really awesome. Oh, and another thing I wanted to add, as for the sweat on the headset, maybe goggles or something, the glasses where they get aerated would be a good idea to integrate in the future with VR. So yeah, that was mine. That was my opinion. What about you?
I've got a few, but most people have highlighted exactly what I was thinking. So the first thing is that I think we're in this era where a lot of people are adapting. Lost my train of thought already. Okay, yes. So people are adapting to better lifestyles and fitness programs. If we look online, we look on the TV, we look at TikTok, we look at Instagram. They are incorporating some types of fitness programs or dieting, whether they're trying to lose weight or they're trying to, I don't know, teach people how to do it. And I think personal training, as Ali said, is going to be quite a big thing when it comes to fitness programs. So, for example, imagine having your personal trainer from another country that you've always wanted to train you, and now they can train you while you're at your house. Then gyms might be a thing of the past one day, you know. The second thing is group sessions, which no one's really mentioned today. They were talking more around individual sessions, but group sessions might also be a motivator to bring people together, as always. So, for example, many people will find training as a social activity, and with VR, you'll be able to attend group fitness, dancing, training, and you'll be able to appreciate the experiences around you depending on whatever you choose. You know, do you want to do a fitness session in space? Do you want to do it on the beach? Wherever you want. And obviously with COVID, it's definitely a safer route to go about. The other thing when it comes to fitness programs is, what about nutrition? So like whether you're training to be a coach or a specialist or you're just a fanatic, this gives you the opportunity to now do live courses, to do training, to go into simulation, to learn about nutrition and fitness in a 3D immersive aspect than ever before, because we've always had the books to read about nutrition and it is so boring. And what better way than to put on a VR headset and to learn what foods should we eat, why should we eat it, what does it do to the body. And then the other aspect is one that I thought about many years ago, and it's not there yet, but I can see it's on its way. And that is, imagine being able to run, cycle, or eventually swim in any destination while you're in a controlled VR simulated environment. So instead of just running through a world on AltSpace, you can choose anywhere in Paris. You can choose anywhere in Spain, Greece, South Africa, wherever you want. And I mean, that alone should be a motivation to put on your headset and find out, I wonder what Machu Picchu is like. Let me run around it, for example, for those that are unable to travel. So you can think it's like cardio anywhere. Cardio anywhere. I like that for a slogan. Should we start something, Ali? So yeah, so those are my thoughts.
That's good, actually. I like it too.
Cardio anywhere, forever. Let's go to Hispanic Panic.
Yes, we've got copyright. Don't steal it. I'm kidding.
Yes. We have trademarked that.
I'm just kidding.
Hi.
Hi.
It's my first time here. I just wanted to stop in and observe a little bit. But
Welcome.
Welcome.
thank you. I think I think this technology is headed in the right direction. I have a disability with it that involves my connective tissues, but I've tried a handful of the games. Like I tried the Beat Saber. It involves a little bit too much bending for my body, unfortunately. But there's a game called Super Hot. That game, it's just like you're shooting people kind of thing, but they won't move unless you move kind of thing. But the contorting and bending, that's a workout within itself. After I did maybe about 30 minutes of that, I couldn't walk for about a day and a half. So
Wow.
I don't know. I guess somewhere down the line there will. I mean, it is a dilemma in itself trying to appeal to the masses. You have able-bodied people versus disabled people, and disabled people want to stay in shape, but there are obviously limitations. So I'm eager to find out what's in store for this technology down the road.
So, can you move more of your arms than your legs, Hispanic?
Oh, I can walk. I'm mobile. It's just it's limited. I mean I've had both my hips reconstructed, both my ankles reconstructed. I had back surgery, so forth and so on. But yeah, it's all everything in moderation, I suppose.
All right. Awesome. I'm sure they're thinking of other ways for disabled and those that can't really move their arms and legs. What I heard is that you'll be able to move with your eyes. I went to one of these virtual reality talks where if you can't move with your arms and legs, you'll be able to move with your eyes in some way. And so they're definitely considering all types of VR abilities. Let's go to Jazzy Jazz. Hello and welcome.
Thank you.
Pleasure.
Thank you. I'm from Mexico. And
Hola.
I actually bought my Oculus because I wanted to do some exercise in the house. So I bought the application Supernatural. I don't know if anybody knows about it. It's super cool. I love it. I can be working out for 2 hours, non-stopping, and just it's incredible. I love it. But I don't see other application here in the Oculus map where I can download it and maybe try it other than the Supernatural. Do you have any other recommendation for me, maybe, or anybody here knows another one that I can be doing?
I would like to know that as well. So if anybody knows, just raise your emoji hand, because for some reason we can't allow hand raise participation. I don't know why, but maybe Altspace is working on it.
Hispanic Panic.
Yeah, there's a the ones that come to mind are obviously somebody mentioned it earlier. Beat Saber is one. Beat Saber is a pretty involved game. It involves a lot of like I don't know, a lot of, but like bending, ducking, arm maneuvering. But then the other one that I know of is Fit XR. Fit XR is supposed to be really good.
Fit XR, yes.
Yeah, Fit XR.
Okay. Thank you so much.
Sí, cómo no.
Yes, yes.
Ali,
Thank you.
Ali, let's go to Tyrone.
Oh, what's up, y'all? My name Tyrone, man.
Hey.
Hi,
VR
welcome.
post to are we supposed to talk about how VR gets to running fitness?
Yes.
Alright, man. Alright, check this out. I only got like a few games, man. Alright, so one thing I do know is there's one game I play, it's called Onward, and like with that game, I gotta stand up, right? To shoot my ops. I gotta shoot people, right? So I have to extend my arm with a pistol. And I gotta bah, bah, bah. Oh, I see what. Bah, bah, bah. You know what I'm saying? And there's another game I play. What that be called? Rec Room. You know what I'm saying? That game, Rec Room.
Yeah.
They got a fitness gym in there. You know, they got them dumbbell weights, man. I be getting my gains up in there, man. I lost a lot of calories in this VR thing, man.
Yeah.
I still losing them. I just lost one right now. Yeah, I'm losing a lot of calories in this, man. Yeah, that's all I gotta say, y'all.
I think there's also I think there's also boxing that you can play around with.
Oh yeah, that boxing game. Yeah, that boxing game. Yeah. I've been knocking. You know what I'm saying? I'll be
And then dancing. Dancing's also a form of fitness.
Boxing.
I love dancing. Yeah, I got my little moves in. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I got my little dancing. Yeah.
All right. Thanks, Tyrone.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Okay, should we move on to the next topic?
Yes.
Any more hand raises? Oh, wait, we've got one more hand raise. Sorry, don't want to be rude. Bowser, hold on 1 second. Saw you had your hand up there. Bowser, hi.
Yeah.
Hi.
Hey, hey, second time with you guys. Was here last Thursday, so it's pretty cool. So I'm back again.
Awesome.
Welcome back.
So, for the VR and fitness, right now I think quite a few years it's going to be pretty limited on how much fitness you can do. I mean, cardio. I think cardio is going to be pretty much limitless, but depending on what level of fitness you're trying to achieve, I think that right now and maybe for the next 10 years, VR is going to be pretty limited because you need equipment. And there's going to be a lot of people that just get this and they just want to do cardio and stuff like that. But, you really need equipment. You need weights. You need basically a home gym if you're going to want to do this, because I'm sure you could get a trainer, VR trainer, but how much can a VR trainer do for you when it's just you in your house and maybe you have like a pull-up bar that's in your the frame of your door, to like your bedroom or something like that. So I guess trainers are going to have to come up with some really creative stuff for things if you don't have the certain equipment. Personally, I have like an online subscription to like a huge library of different fitness things. I have pull-up bar, I've got weights, I've got a bench, I've got a wooden box thing that you jump off of. So I have all the stuff for that, but I think a lot of people are just going to be like, okay, wait, I got to buy a VR headset and now I got to buy weights and I got to do this. You know what? Forget it. I'm just going to pay $30 a month, or some places $10 a month, and just go to the gym. So I want to, think like positive things with VR, but you really need to have it down to, goggles or something like almost like glasses, like something that you'd see in a movie nowadays, like glasses that you put on. I can't imagine like even doing like push-ups with this thing on my head, or like pull-ups or something like that. So I think it's got a future. I remember when like the Wii, the Nintendo Wii came out and they had that balance board, and I remember that balance board was like the hottest thing in the world, and it was like impossible to find those balance boards. Now you can, find them at, the
the thrift shop for like $5. So, and those are supposed to be really popular where you're doing push-ups on there and you're doing step-ups and, you know, you're doing all sorts of things on there. And that fad seemed to last about like 3 months. And then you like never heard about the Wii balance board ever again. That thing was super expensive at the time. So I would hope that a lot of the stuff wouldn't be fads. I've seen that the commercial for that, the mirror, and that looked, I don't know if you guys talked about that before, but that looked pretty cool where you kind of have a trainer. But again, when you see the commercial, everyone's they're like running in place and doing push-ups and stuff like that. So if you're just looking for basic cardio, I guess that's going to work. But besides that, you really need equipment. And when you add up all that stuff, people might just say, screw it, I'm going to go to Planet Fitness for $10 a month, you know? So, but yeah, during the pandemic, you know, hey, do whatever you need to do.
Awesome.
You work
So
with what
that's
you
just
have.
my
Exactly.
yeah, just my 2 cents on that.
I was thinking
Thank you.
that when people base the say, for example, the fitness programs that are currently available in virtual reality, they limit themselves as to where the technology is at the moment. So with you wearing your Oculus Quest 2, you're holding your controllers, and therefore you're limited. In the next I think in the next about this year alone, they're working on removing the controllers, putting the sensors up, and then obviously you've got your eyes that picks it up. Once that happens, it'll open a whole new ball game like the Nintendo Wii, but it won't be 3 months. It will be an evolving exponential opportunities with VR. So, for example, when you have your hands instead of a controller, because a controller is pretty primitive still. So if you bought the Oculus Quest 2 now, and then when the Oculus Quest, let's say 4 comes out, there's no controllers, then you're going to say, all right, now I can buy weights or have the weights that I have in the house. I can go into a world, which I've actually asked around if there is an Old Space gym. Hint, hint, Darren, it would be awesome to have an Old Space gym. But how awesome would that be to actually have like an entire gym inside Old Space where we can meet up instead of a place like the campfire? And without the controllers, and then you've got your weights, so you've got your whatever, couple of kilogram weights, you're picking them up, you're picking it up on Old Space. You know how your brain can trick into seeing what is your hand, feeling what is your hand, being in the environment. And then that will open up to not just gyms, but what about table tennis? What about squash? What about creating these simulated environments? What about when it's waterproof? How awesome will that be when VR is waterproof and you can swim, literally swim? Obviously, you have some type of vision to see where the wall is at the top or something. I don't know how it's going to work, but it'll be awesome. It'll be awesome. But we are limited right now.
They need to get
controllers.
They need to get some sort of air conditioning or fans built into the goggles because they get pretty warm just sitting on the couch. So we need some fans.
Especially if you're wearing glasses, you know, like your
glasses. My gosh, yeah.
Yeah, then that steams up and your VR steams up. So they've got a long way to go, but they are doing very well. And we can't discredit them. They're really picking up their game. I mean, VR has been around for how long? About 50 years now. And just in the last 3 years, it's just exploded. And I don't know if it's because of COVID, which gave them that opportunity to take, or if it was coincidental with where we were, where we are. All right. Like I said, there isn't that hand participation raised. So if you want, just raise your hand. We'll move to the next topic tomorrow. Not tomorrow, next week, because we only have a couple of minutes. And before we go to hand raise, we see you. Make sure you join our VR Digital Citizens group on Facebook and The Moral Dilemma tomorrow. Tomorrow is the follow-up from the week, 2 weeks before, which is Life After Death, which was quite popular. And now that we're allowed more than 50 people, well, now we're allowed up to 50 people in the room, that's what this Dilemma Lounge was actually built for. But you know, Ali, I don't know how it will work with having two rooms. Maybe someone can answer me. But if we have 2 rooms, how am I going to know if they're raising their hand and if they want to speak?
Yeah, exactly. Interesting. I don't know.
Yeah,
We'll see how it works.
We need the programmer to tell us how it's going to work with event discussions. All right, can we go to Vegari? Are we saying that right?
Vigari, yeah. I think it's right. Just correct us if
Yeah.
it's not.
That's right.
Okay.
So just to elaborate on what Bowser was talking about before, and you guys. So I think that you guys are really onto something with the idea of the controllers. I often forget that there's hand tracking already, and that's only going to get better. And if you put maybe some dots on your barbells or something, then you can track them in the physical space, along with in the digital space. I think the only real problem is not being able to see where your actual feet are. So dropping them on your toes might be a potential hazard. So maybe foot tracking or something as well would be required. But if we can do hand tracking, then surely we can track other things. So there must be some way to integrate the physical world into the digital world for workouts and stuff like that.
Or like gloves with sensors or socks for feet.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, the hardest thing right now
Gosh.
with VR, with the feet thing, is the actual making it move smoothly. Because even when we did have feet on in Old Space, which was how long? About 8 months ago, it was quite awkward. It was like being a cripple with legs that don't actually move. We just saw the legs, but we need to see the movement. We need to see, where is the ground in relation to the feet. Like, it's a big job if you think about it. As much as everyone's like, bring back the feet, it's like, you do it if you think it's so easy. Perfect. Thank you.
But if the cameras... No worries.
Ultra funky.
Ultra
You had
funky.
your hand
Thank
up.
you, Vegari.
Yeah, I started to think when I was listening to Hispanic Panic and Bowser, and I was thinking like something just hit me, and I was thinking like this: practice makes perfect, and in one way, yeah, you can do practice and you can do it through your training, and it makes you better. But I always say like this: best practice makes perfect. So I'm thinking like this: you can hurt yourself by doing things wrong. Even if you have training, you're doing the sit-ups wrong, you're doing some movement the wrong way, because they cannot check you. You can see it on the screen, you can try to follow it, but it's not sure that you will do it correct. So I'm thinking like, wow, we can have a big problem. Still on the dark side, we can have a problem here, that we don't do the movement the correct way. So we should be a little bit scared that we don't hurt ourselves doing this. Just have that in mind. So that's the only thing I was thinking when I heard you two talk about things. Yeah, thank you.
I mean, when you...
As for what you... Sorry.
Ali,
say.
go for it.
Sorry. As you say about the dark side, when starting something, it's always good to also take the negative aspects into consideration so that you know what you're up against, so that you can always have the best results. So it's not necessarily the dark side or so bad, in the sense of heaviness that you put it. So it's okay.
No, it's not the dark side.
Yeah, but thank you for that, Ultra Funky.
It's the inevitable,
Yeah.
It's like...
And it's always good to look at.
The first thing is you come up with the idea. Then you come up with the positives and the negatives. If you only come up with the negatives and you don't go ahead with the action, then that's the dark side. If you work on the dark side, then you're aiming to improve it. But I like what
No,
ultra.
that's different. It's always good to take all aspects into consideration.
Well,
just in
I like
case.
what Ultra Funky said, where practice doesn't make perfect, but the best or applied practice makes perfect. Because it goes by with anything in life. If you practice something like once a week, compared to the guy who practices 2-3 hours a day, like the guy who practices 2-3 hours a day is going to perfect his practice in a shorter time than the guy who's practicing 1 hour a week, for example. I like that. All right. Do we have any more hand raisers? Keanu Reeves, welcome to the Dilemma Lounge. We have a event discussion, and basically it is how will VR shape the world when it comes to fitness? And maybe you want to share your experiences, thoughts, ideas, or you want to pass. So let's head over to the one and only Hawaiian Keanu Reeves.
Hi.
Hey, how you guys doing?
Good.
Good, thanks.
Yeah, I haven't tried fitness yet in VR, but I can imagine it's the same thing as long as the movements are, daily practice. I don't see any, difference. I haven't tried it, so I can't really say much about virtual fitness.
All right. Awesome.
Thank you.
I think the most important thing with fitness when you're doing it in VR is that you need some type of guide showing you, sit up straight, supinate correctly, don't bend your legs like this, or like having warnings. And because those are some of the dangers, is because you're doing it in VR, is it how you're doing it in real life? So I can see why there are dangers within it. There almost needs to be a complete guide all the time telling you how long it takes to do a rep, how many reps you need to do per set, how you need to stand, how you need to move, or else it can be super dangerous.